Hello, I'm Paul Pluta from Paul Pluta Prestige, and today I'd like to talk about the Vacheron Constantin Toledo. And I've got to say, the Toledo is one of my all-time favorite pieces. And the Toledo is a fantastic model. Originally released in the 1950s, it was quite a complex piece. The Toledo is a triple date. And although it's not as classy as an annual calendar, a triple date is still a pretty nifty looking piece. And I've got to say, I love the recent advertisement that Vacheron and Constantin has put together for the Toledo. And they made a fantastic mini documentary video / advertorial, similar to how Patek made the video to my son, and it just captures the model so nicely. And I've got to say, the Toledo is one of the sexiest Vacherons, if not one of the sexiest watches of all time. And I'd really love to get one. They're expensive. They're not cheap. Anything Vacheron is certainly not cheap, but they're just such a cool model. And I absolutely love them. I think the Toledo has got such huge potential, and you know, I love the Patrimony. Patrimony's cool, but the Toledo, it's avant-garde, it's classic. I just love it. And I really am pleased the Toledo is in the Vacheron brand. And I mean, Vacheron, they had, you know, you got to remember, Vacheron in the 70s, all these Holy Trinity members went to Gerald Genta. Gerald Genta designed the Royal Oak for AP. He designed the Nautilus for Patek, and then he, I think he was losing his power. He designed the 222 for Vacheron, and you know, it was probably, you know, it's not a bad watch in its own way, but it lost power. And the Toledo is one watch which it's just sexy and it's cool, and I absolutely adore the Toledo. It's beautiful, and I'd love to have one in my collection there. And I don't know, I'll see how I go there. They're a bit pricey. I've got to be completely honest with you there, but they are beautiful. There's no question of that. The Toledo is a beautiful piece, triple date, and that's pretty cool. You've got to admit that is a very, very cool watch, and it's just a model that I love 1950s stuff, and it's just cool. Okay, let's have a look at the scoring. For the brand itself, Vacheron Constantin, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. It's a Holy Trinity member. The status of this model in the range and the contribution to this brand, I'm going to give it another 9. For the movement that it uses, the finish and the workmanship of this movement, another 9. The overall quality and workmanship of this piece, 9. The Paul Pluta Prestige rating on this particular watch itself, another 9. 45. Well done, Vacheron. The Vacheron Constantin Toledo scores 45.